anyways, welcome to Neighbors Cooking. I'm your chef and host, Mitch, and we have a great show for you tonight. We're going to be doing this amazing vegetarian pasta that I've created special for our guests tonight. But before we get started with that, I want to just take a minute to send my condolences and my thoughts out to everybody in the DC crash that have lost loved ones and family. It's a tragic accident. And I can't imagine having to go through the drama and the trauma that you're all going through. Know that we're all with you, that we're all thinking of you, and we're all sending prayers your way. Just remember that everybody has a place at our table, including you. So please stay safe, keep your family close, and keep loving everybody. That's why you'll get through this. Today we are doing this vegetarian pasta that I've created special for our guest tonight. Now, a little about our guest. I have been following this person for over a decade. Love her. And I found out as a friend of mine that one of my friends was her mutual friend, and she hooked us up, and I'm so happy. I want to thank Crystal for introducing us, and I want to bring on to my show tonight, for the first time ever on our show, Deven Green, also known as Mrs. Betty Bowers. And I know all of you know who that is. Hello!
Hey, how are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much for coming.
I know, it's a big deal. We have a peanut gallery here. And
we do.
Hopefully I'm not allergic.
So, for all of our friends, you have an alter ego, Mrs. Betty Bowers.
Correct.
America's favorite Christian, best Christian.
Best Christian, which de facto makes me the world's best Christian.
There you go.
So you can follow her on Blue Sky, or Patreon, or YouTube.
Mrs.
Betty Bowers.
Mrs. Betty Bowers.
Just to keep the satirical
Yes.
up.
Yes. She's an amazing comic and has created this persona that I know so many in our community have followed and love. I know you have a huge gay following.
Oh, shocking. And you know, my husband Ned and I, we do the bingo at the Agua Caliente Cat City every single Wednesday. It's absolutely free and it's a safe space.
Good. Well, come and see her and play some bingo, win some great prizes.
Great.
Yeah. What do you don't cook?
Obviously.
I've never seen somebody so thin except my mother.
Thank you.
So tonight we're going to do this great recipe. It's filled with mushrooms and basils and shallots and rosemary and a little bit of butter and some cheese and a little bit of wine and some pecans.
Great. Is it soup?
It's not soup. It's pasta.
Oh, it's pasta.
It's pasta. So we're going to be creating this vegetarian pasta. And I'm going to have you come over here and I'm going to hand you ingredients and I'm going to walk you through.
I feel like it's a bad idea, but I am going to do it.
So you don't cook at all. Who's your cook in your house, Ned?
Ned.
Ned, what do you cook? Everything?
Pretty simple. No, basic.
Yeah, basic things, but absolutely delicious. He does risotto, but he has taken entire plates that I've tried to make and thrown everything on, including the plate. Hashtag fact.
Ah, there you go. Well, Ned, we're going to make something really simple,
Okay.
and you're going to be able to make it when we're done too, all right? So, I'm going to...
Put this in?
Not yet. It's not quite boiling yet. She wants to direct. We're going to start off over here, so I'm going to turn this on for you.
Do I need goggles?
It depends on how messy you get. But no, hopefully not. So, this is my new cookware I just got. Isn't it beautiful?
Oh, I really
it's
love
called
it.
Hex Clad.
Fabulous.
It is. I was so excited. It's Gordon Ramsay's kitchen line, and they took me on as a spokesperson.
You know what that hole is for?
To hang it up on a hook.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, like people sometimes have things hanging in the roof, a pot holder. Yeah, that's to, what do you think it's for?
To measure spaghetti.
That would be a very little helping of spaghetti. Look, you couldn't even get this through it. So I'm going to go over the ingredients that we're going to be using today, and then we're going to start cooking.
Great.
All right? So in this recipe, we have fresh parsley, basil. We have 3 different kinds of mushrooms. We have portobello, we have oyster, and we have just regular white mushrooms.
Okay.
We've got some rosemary, some butter, pecans, wine, Parmesan cheese, olive oil, cream, and lemon.
Is that a heavy cream?
It is heavy cream.
I've been called that.
I've never been called that. So we're going to start off. I'm going to have you put this olive oil in the pan.
Like this one though?
Yep, this one.
Do I do it scoodily-doo?
There you go, scoodly-doo. And I've got a little, not a head, there we go. I'm going to give you the spoon. I'll take that from you. There we go. We're going to let that get a little bit warm. And then we are going to put in our rosemary, and I'm going to give you some lemon zest. So let me move this out of my way.
So it doesn't matter what the order is, right?
It does, actually. It does. So the difference is how the ingredients all blend together and the flavors come together. So we're going to do some fresh lemon zest.
It's also good on the inside too, though.
The lemon?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But when you're zesting, you don't want to get the white part. You just want the lemon, the yellow part.
Okay, and is that the topping on it? Or
No,
the
actually
inside?
we're going to put this into the oil.
Seems like a bad idea.
And then we're also going to add with that the rosemary. And I'm just going to have you kind of start to stir that around. And then it just kind of, it won't cook, it won't burn you, I promise.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. You can stand a little bit off to the side here.
Okay.
There you go. There. Perfect. And we're just going to kind of let that start to brown up a little bit. And while she's doing that, I'm going to cut up some of our mushrooms. So we've got these great portobello mushrooms that I already sliced. So we're going to cut them in just to some smaller pieces.
Do you have a good technique to help us?
To cut?
Yeah.
Don't cut yourself.
Okay.
Have very sharp knives. All
How do
right.
you protect your fingers? Do you do the old knuckle method?
Knuckle method, yeah.
Oh, who knew one thing? Because they cut their finger before.
I cut my finger off before.
Okay.
Right? I always tell Joe, look out for that. Take it off camera the minute that happens. We're going to put in the mushrooms. We're going to add some of our butter.
Is there garlic in there?
There is. In the butter that I just put in, I did some garlic in that butter. And we're just going to start to cook those mushrooms down. So, how did you come to start Mrs. Betty Bowers?
I didn't. It was originated by Andrew Bradley.
Okay.
And he was writing for Landover Baptist, and he asked if I would like to portray her and bring her to life. So that's how we do it. Ned films and does the audio on it.
Do you do all the editing too, Ned?
No.
No? Who does all that? Somebody else?
No, the two of us.
The two of you. So it's kind of like the two of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are really big. Are they going to reduce down?
They are absolutely going to reduce down. I promise. So we're just going to have her keep cooking those, and while she does that, I'm going to cut some of these shallots up.
And this is, would you consider this a sauce for the pasta?
Yes.
Aha,
Yes.
okay.
So this is what the sauce is going to be for the top of the pasta. Yes.
All right.
So it's all mushrooms, rosemary, lemons, shallots, wine.
Because it feels like a meal on its own.
Well, it could be. You could actually put this on focaccia bread. There's all kinds of stuff you could put it on.
Now, you trained at the Cordon Bleu?
I went to the Cordon Bleu when I was young, and then I realized I had no desire to work in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
So I just started, I went into corporate America, and then when I retired about 10 years ago, and moved here, I decided I wanted to start my cooking again. And so I found a niche with LGBTQ seniors who can't do all their own food anymore, and so I go out and do their shopping, and I prep food for them each week. So I'm going to have you stand a little bit forward here because you're right in the pan.
Well,
Pan
that's for people to see my good side.
The behind.
Well,
So-
listen, it sounds like you're an absolute angel in the community.
You know, I try to do a lot for my community. I'm
Yeah.
the director of Pride. So, don't worry, I won't stab you. I would be excommunicated from my community if I hurt you.
Yes, you would. No, we know that you're involved with the Pride, but I didn't know that you were helping the LGBTQI plus seniors here.
Yes.
And for that, you're a special kind of angel.
Well, I appreciate that. I actually have somebody in my spare room right now who's one of my clients.
Does he want to be there?
He just he's shackled down, you know. But he just had surgery today, and I usually would be taking care of him at home, but so I brought him to my house to let him recover here overnight while we're doing the show.
I will tell you, Ned and I performed at Living Out.
Yes.
The new...
Isn't that a beautiful place?
It's fantastic, and our friend Joe Deedle did the big planters on the way in.
Nice. Yeah, it's a beautiful place. I went to look at that, and then they were like, which one do you like? And I picked the one I liked, and then they're like, well, that's only $8,000 a month. I was like,
I'll take 2.
like, can I have adjoining suites? But it is a beautiful place, and it's great that we have such a nice place for our community to live at.
So you have to wait till it boils.
You should wait till it boils, yeah. Otherwise, you're going to get sticky off the pasta.
Now, this feeds a family of how many?
Well, I doubled my recipes, so normally my recipes are for 4. This is enough for 8.
Because I'm eating for 2.
Because you're eating for 2. No, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us that are here tonight. So, and if I count the guy tied up in the back, that's 8.
And we're also celebrating, because Crystal and Jeff are celebrating their 31st wedding anniversary.
And your birthday. You turned 30.
Correct. Really, my age is the least, age and how I was born are the least most interesting things about me.
Now, you're from England also. Yes.
I'm Canadian.
You're Canadian. Oh.
You know what? Somebody just clocked me because I didn't realize I say against. And in America, you say
Against.
Yes. I had that incorrect.
Well, it's funny, when I was in school and younger here, because I started school in England, I learned to spell words differently.
Yes, with a U and everything.
Right? Like color, C-O-L-O-U-R, right? And I had a teacher tell me I was misspelling words, and I went home to my mom and I said, they're marking me down for it. And she marched to school and she's like, this is proper English.
That's a very British. Ned's mother is here with us this evening.
Quite right, too.
Right? Right? That's proper English. Learn how to spell. Americans just cut everything down. So see how this is all reducing?
Oh, yes.
Because it used to be up to here.
Yes.
So we've got those going. Now we're going to add in our wine, and we're going to let that just cook down a little bit.
And what does it really cook down to if you take off all the alcohol? A grape?
A grape, yes. You get the flavor of the wine without the benefit of the liquor.
I got you. But these mushrooms will be high as a kite.
It will make you high as a kite, promise. So, I was watching your latest show, which I think your latest excerpt, which was really great, your latest video. Yeah. I laughed so much because what you do is just, it's such comic. I know other people see things differently, but you know, it's satire. It's just, it's funny, and it's not meant to be serious. It's meant to be funny. Or maybe a little serious.
Just presenting facts.
Just presenting facts, yes. So, so you're on Blue Sky now, and you're on YouTube.
On Blue Sky, yes, and then Ned and I, we play our music show. Ned's a
musician.
Well, he's more than that. He's one of the #1 producers and sound engineers in the world, and so we play. You know, we've had a really great time. We were at CV Rap, which Crystal and Jeff were at, which was very lovely, and we were performing in England in Belfast when we were there.
Nice.
Yeah, we play all over the place. Playing Pride is a huge thing, but the Living Out was like particularly special. And then we're playing most recently, I believe, we're at Seven Lakes.
Oh, the country club? Yes. Very nice.
I play my electric ukulele, and Ned plays everything else. Every now and then I'll play a theremin. You know, I get electrocuted the entire time.
That's okay. So, this is doing really well.
Is it, Brill?
It is. It's doing very well.
Is it supposed to bubble?
It is supposed to bubble.
Okay, and you're allowed to use the same spoon in both things?
There's no poultry or meat.
Okay, so you can.
So I can.
Okay.
Because some of this pasta water is going to end up in this.
Well, that sounds terrible.
The reason we put pasta water in this is because we want to thicken it up.
This smells so good.
Doesn't it?
I have to say.
See, and look, you're cooking it. This is going to be your creation when we're done.
It's a very in brackets sort of.
Hey, even a Christian can cook.
That's a whole lot of got pecans.
Pecans.
All right.
Pecans.
And these are just straight off the tree, right?
Straight off the tree. I went and picked them earlier today.
Not candied, not
Not
husked.
candied, not anything. So, and the reason I'm using these is because, a lot of people think in vegetarian food there's no flavor, it's all just, boring vegetables. And the pecans actually add some meat or some depth to it, some crunch. So
You can have boring nuts.
Yeah,
Okay.
boring. Yeah, there's nothing worse than boring nuts. These are nice and smooth and crunchy. And, For now. But they won't get soft in this mixture. They might after a couple days if you save some of it. But it just adds some dimension to what we're eating so that it doesn't seem just cooked down vegetables. All right, so.
And now this cream, because you have water, would it not curdle the cream?
No.
How come?
Well, because we're not going to put in the boiling water. I'm going to save a little bit of this water after I drain these, and this starch in this will help thicken the cream. So it's a little chef's trick.
Physics.
So I could use arrowroot or I could use cornstarch
The cookies?
for this to thicken up. But I'd rather use just a little bit of pasta water. It just helps to thicken it
I
up.
think it's a great idea.
It also helps to coat the noodles with the sauce so it clings to the noodle because there's starch in it.
It's a very symbiotic relationship.
It is, science. It's an amazing thing. So the next thing we're going to add in here is some basil.
And basil is from what?
Basil's a plant.
Usually we just have it as a garnish on the side of a buffet.
Yeah, well, it could be garnish also. So we're going to add some basil in here. So we're getting lemon and basil and rosemary. So it's a very herby kind of dish. And then
I got to tell you, the second it popped in, it released all of
the flavor. Yeah. There's a lot of oils that are in basil. And then we're going to add some fresh parsley also.
So those herbs, is that like one of your chef's secrets?
Well, I'm a big herb fanatic. I think that people need to learn to cook better with herbs and spices rather than adding in a bunch of other artificial flavors and tastes.
Can we grow them out here in the desert?
We can, actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
So when you buy those basil plants in the store that you see that are in the dirt, you can actually take that and put it in the dirt and let it continue to grow.
Write that down.
All of those live plants in the store you can actually put into the ground if they're in dirt already. There's the parsley.
We've got the oysters, we've got the shallots, we've got nuts.
We've got the nuts.
Parsley, basil, oregano, thyme, rosemary.
Lemon, rosemary. It's like a Christmas song. Basil, thyme, rosemary, and whatever else we can put into it. Sage. And then we've got Parmesan cheese, freshly grated.
Well, let's not be stingy. Let's go all out.
All out.
Let's put out here.
Let's put out or put it all out.
Okay.
There you go. You got all the cheese. So now with cheese, what you don't want to do is use the cheese that's already crumpled, cut up in bags, because it's not going to melt as well as freshly grated.
Really?
Yeah, because in the grated cheeses, there's some preservatives and some plastics. I call it plastic, but there's some things in it that just make it have a longer shelf life, but it's not going to melt as evenly in a dish.
One of the most stolen foods is Parmigiano Reggiano.
That's what that is.
Aha! Where'd you steal it from?
Gelson's. Or Gelson's, depending on who you are. And then we're
Oh
gonna put
boy.
in-
I made a little hole for the cream.
I love holes for cream. She's a dirty girl.
How dare you? I haven't sworn once.
Once you have.
Okay, you don't think it's going to separate or clog the pipes or anything?
Nope.
All right.
See how it's all blending together?
Yeah, it's very beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful?
This is like high-end, 5-star, Michelin reviewed.
Thank you. I'm glad somebody
Honestly.
noticed that finally.
This I'd pay a lot for if we were eating out. I really would.
No, this isn't. It's so simple. really the ingredients are pretty simple. It's all mushroom pretty much, a few herbs and spices, and a little bit of wine. And
I know, but I think the issue for me personally is that you have a beautiful mise en place. And so if I was missing one of the mushrooms, I go, oh, let's use Cheerios or something.
Well, you know, the nice thing is that you can use any mushrooms. You can use any variety of mushrooms. So everybody's got different flavors of mushrooms that they like. So you could use oyster, you can use cremini, or you could use all just one kind of mushroom if you want. So there's 13, 14 different kinds of mushrooms.
Are there?
Yeah. Yeah, the ones you see when you go to Vons or Ralph's, they've got like 2 different varieties. If you go to good stores, like Gelson's or some of the other
Shady, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay.
If you go to a good store, you might find some better mushrooms. All right. So I'm going to take a little bit of this water. Can I step on this side of you just to
I
get
think you should.
a ladle?
How do you get it to not stick to the bottom?
My good pans?
Someone's slaying today.
So you can put in a little bit of oil or a little bit of salt. I use olive oil. That's what it's going to
Okay.
A little bit of this. And put it
There
in.
we go. And that's going to create a binder, a thickener.
It creates a binder to the noodle.
agent?
An agent.
All right.
Yes. And now I just need to see
Good.
how our pasta's doing.
Yeah, you flip it to one of them.
You see how I can get into a hole and get it right on my knife?
Cha cha cha. Now, what's the difference technically with al dente?
So al dente is semi-soft, so it's got a little bit of roughness to it or hardness to it. It's not quite all cooked through. She's just trying to lead me down. And so it's the thickness of the noodles. So if you're making something like a spaghetti, you want the thinner noodles because it will cling better with the tomato sauce.
Yeah, I hate fat spaghetti.
Yeah, well, this is fat spaghetti. So
It is considered a spaghetti, not a rigatoni?
well, it's all spaghetti. It's all pasta.
Oh,
Perfect.
is it?
Mm-hmm. Al
5
dente.
more minutes.
Not 5 more minutes. It would be horrible.
What? I'm trying to negotiate.
Negotiate my recipe?
Do we strain this? Do we strain this?
No.
Really?
This is a finished product here.
Did you mean to say product?
Product.
Can you smell it over there?
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Oh my God, that is so good. All right. So now we are going to create. See, we've done this in like 14 minutes.
That's amazing.
Ned, 14 minutes.
Pretty great.
And you can have it in your kitchen too, or you can just hire
By
me.
you.
You can hire me and I'll come cook for you.
Oh, that's priceless. You think we're rich. This is really glorious. This combination is really fantastic.
It's going to be really
Yeah.
delicious. So I'll have you step back over here and I'm going to kind of take over the reins here for a minute. We're going to pour.
Did we forget this kind of mushrooms?
No, they were just extra. The pan was getting full. So we've got our sauce in here.
So do we put it all together and mix it around, or it goes on top?
We do. I like it. I like pasta mixed in with the sauce. I just think it is better that way.
So we had olive oil, pecans, rosemary, lemon zest, butter, parsley,
Basil.
basil, wine, heavy cream, personal cheese,
Parmesan
Parmesan
Reggiano.
cheese. Heat the oil.
You
yeah.
are going to have the
Great.
first taste.
Oh, yes. And then we have edible flowers, correct? And one of
Edible
these
flowers.
marigolds.
There we go. And I'll get you a spoon to try it. Or would you like a fork? I'll give you both.
No.
And the fork goes to, and you're going to look right here when you have this taste, or here, whichever camera Joe has on. Hot.
You're hot.
Oh, thank you.
That's delicious.
Isn't that good?
Yeah.
Vegetarian. Perfect for you.
14 minutes.
14 minutes.
Cha cha cha.
Cha cha cha. And we get to eat.
It's wonderful.
There we go.
Well done.
Well, I want to thank Deven for coming on the show today and making my day, making my week. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And please go and see her at
Agua Caliente Casinos, Cathedral City, and just go to Deven Green, DEVEN Green.com to find out more.
and she will make you laugh, she'll make you cry, and she'll even be dirty sometimes. World's best Christian. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and we'll see you next week on Neighbors Cooking. Thanks a lot, everyone. See you soon.
Let's eat.
Let's eat.